Okay, so for this particular question, we're going to compare the differentiation process using the quotient rule or the product rule for a question that looks like this. To use the quotient rule, what we need is a top piece and a bottom piece, which we can see here. And it looks like this. We're going to have u equal to this piece, and the derivative of that is just 2, and v equals this piece, and the derivative of that is minus 2. The derivative of vu dash minus uv dash all over v squared is the bottom times the derivative of the top minus the top times the derivative of the bottom all over the bottom squared. What I have here is 2 5s are 10 minus 4x plus 10 plus 4x all over 5 minus 2x squared. You can see here that these pieces will cancel out. Leaves me with 20 over 5 minus 2x all squared. The product rule is a lot different. Before I can use the product rule, I of course need to turn it into a product. So I'm going to rewrite the question first. I'm going to have y equal to the first piece times it by the second piece, which will look like that. The minus 1 is applying to all the bits in the brackets, which is saying it is originally from the bottom of the fraction. So now the derivative is the first piece times the derivative of the second. Sorry, it's going to go into the second line, plus the second times the derivative of the first. And I'm going to tidy this up just a little bit. I'm going to put all the negative indices away and back into fraction form. So minus 1 times minus 2 is just a 2, so I'm left with 2, 5 plus 2x all over 5 minus 2x, and that's squared, plus 2 over 5 minus 2x. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to multiply top and bottom of this component by 5 minus 2x. What that will do is give me the 5 minus 2x squared on the bottom, so I can have a common denominator. So I'm going to write here that my common denominator is going to be 5 minus 2x all squared. This first piece won't change. I've got 10 plus 4x there. The second piece will give me 10 minus 4x. You can see here now that our lines here are pretty much the same. Those two will cancel out. That leaves me with 20 over 5 minus 2x squared. Now the main point to look at is the algebra that's involved. The calculus componentry is very similar. This one had to use the chain rule. This one, in this particular case, we just use the power rule each time. This rule was a little easier because we ended up with the common denominator already. Basically, some would tell you that for this case the quotient rule would be the easiest. My advice would be to do a couple of questions that are of this form, and there are plenty more in this text or in others, and make the decision for yourself. I think the decision will come from how well you understand differentiation and the algebra that's involved.